Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, and today I received Samsung's April update on my S23 Ultra. Samsung started to roll out the update to the latest models first, so if you have an older one you might need to wait a little longer. But anyways, in this video I will show you what are the new features I received on this specific model. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let me start by showing you some information about this update, and here's a screenshot from the settings page. It will first show you some generic bullet points about the new features you will get. It says device stability improvements, new and or enhanced features, and further improvements to the performance. And at the bottom you can see here the build number in addition to the size, which is about 1 GB, and finally the security patch level is April 1st 2023. And now let me show you the new features I noticed. The first thing you need to do after installing this update is to head over to the Galaxy Store and update your Camera Assist app, because it will add for you 2 new features that only work with April update. And when you scroll down for the changelog, you will see here that version 1.1.01 will add the ability to prioritize focus over speed only for the S23 models. And it will also add the support for auto lens switching, and that includes the S21, S20, Note 20, Fold 4 and Fold 3. And it says here, need software update after April. This update is mainly targeted towards the camera, as I didn't notice any new features in other areas, and the first change is under the Camera Assist app. If you have an S23 model, you will find a new toggle here called prioritize focus over speed. And that simply means if the toggle is turned off, the phone will completely ignore the focus and take the shot once you hit the shutter key. But if you want to keep the old behavior before this update, you need to turn on the switch, and that will let the phone wait for the camera to finish focusing before triggering the shutter, and this may delay the shutter slightly. So it depends on your personal preference. Would you like to get a faster shutter with the risk of getting out of focus photos, or you want to keep the same old behavior? The second change is the new auto lens switching toggle. It's not new to the S23 models, but as I mentioned before, it's new to the S21, S20, Note 20, Fold 4 and Fold 3. Now let's talk about the camera fixes included in this update, and the first one is related to the flicker issue that happens when you take super steady videos in low light. I did face this problem myself while making a camera comparison between the S23 Ultra and the 7 Pro, and you can clearly see on the screen in this example video there was a flicker for some time, and then the camera adjusted the shutter speed and everything went back to normal. So after April update we shouldn't see this problem anymore. On top of this, Samsung added a new heads-up message that appears if there is no enough light for the super steady feature to work, and it says here more light needed for super steady. So once you see this message, don't expect the best results out of this feature. The second improvement is the better stabilization when you record full HD videos at 60 frames per second while having the auto FPS feature turned off. I didn't face this problem myself, but if you did, expect better results after April update. The third improvement is a fix for the sky banding issue when you take photos in low light while using the 50 or 200 megapixel modes. If you don't know what sky banding means, you can see an example photo now on the screen, which is simply the circular rings you will see around the sun or in the sky when you take photos. I personally did face this problem with the 12 megapixel mode as well, and it's not only in low light, but it was happening in the morning and night as well. In those 2 example photos, you can clearly see the circular rings around the sun in the morning shot and also in the sky in the night photo. So I'm not sure if this new update will fix it for those scenarios as well, or it's only meant for the 50 or 200 megapixel modes as per the changelog of Samsung. Also, some people reported to see a green line while taking photos using the rear camera, and this is one of the fixes included in April update. I didn't personally face this problem, but if you did, you should expect it to go away. With this update, you should be also able to delete your photos immediately after taking them without the need to wait for the image processing to finish. So as an example, here I have a plant and I have the scene optimizer activated. When I take the shot and go immediately to the gallery, you will see the loading animation and then it finishes processing. But now you don't need to wait for this to happen, and you can immediately delete the photo while the processing is taking place. And finally, you should see a better optimized sharpness when you use the 50 and the 200 megapixel modes, in addition to some other minor tweaks here and there. But beside the camera, Samsung also talked about a fix for an issue related to the face recognition, where the feature stops working after ending a third-party video call. For example, let's say you are in a Zoom meeting and then you ended the video call, then you go to the lock screen, you will notice that your face recognition feature is not working, and with April update, this issue should be gone. Now let's talk about the performance and the stability of this update, and for me, I didn't notice any changes in this area because the phone already works great with March update. I didn't face any problems with it and the performance is A+, but maybe this fix is related more to the older models, but when it comes to the S23 Ultra, it's already a beast, so I didn't see any difference in this area. So that's pretty much it for today. Those are all the new changes in April 23 update for Samsung phones. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you the next video.